Every religion has a founder whose writings and preaching are revered. The book of the founder is regarded as authentic and authoritative. The book is sometimes worshipped and enshrined in temples as well. Christians call it the Bible. Followers of Islam refer to it as the Quran. Buddhists refer to it as Dhammapada. Parsis call it Zendavesta. In Hinduism, there is no equivalent because there is not a single book, nor is the authorship attributed to anyone. Some consider Ramayana to be Hinduism's sacred text. Others may consider it to be the Bhagavad Gita. Still others may think it is Mahabharata. The literature of Sanatana Dharma is broadly categorized under two heads, Shruti and Smriti. Shruti literally means what is revealed, and Smriti means what is to be remembered. Shruti is revelation and Smriti is tradition. Smriti supplement and explain the Vedas. Smriti is founded on the Shruti. It explains and develops dharma. The Hindu learns how to spend their whole life from these Smritis which have evolved from time to time. Hindus believe that dharma is at the core of their faith. Dharma is what makes us content and happy when we follow it. In order to know the dharma and the principles of dharma, we need to refer to certain texts and books. Such books are called dharma pramanas. Pramana means that which authoritatively establishes truth. So, what scriptures speak of true dharma for Hindus? The four Vedas form the core of Hinduism or Vaidika Dharma. They are the pramana or supreme authority. These are Shruti and Apaurusheya, that is, not conceived by man but revealed to sages who were seers of the Vedas. The Vedas existed before the creation because Lord Brahma, the creator, is said to have undertaken creation with the help of the Veda mantras, which merely existed as sound in space. Their origin was a vibratory movement that was captured by Lord Brahma, and by chanting them, the creation became manifest. There are four Vedas: Rigveda, Yajurveda, Samaveda, and Atharva Veda. The whole of Rigveda Samhita is in the form of rigs or hymns in praise, which in the later age came to be called shlokas or stanzas. A number of rigs constitute a sukta. Coming to Yajurveda, Yajus is derived from the root yaj, which means worship. The word yajna, which means sacrificial worship, is also derived from it. Sama means to bring shanti or peace to the minds. Many of the rigs or mantras from Rigveda are set to music in melodious hymns in Samaveda. The mantras in the Atharva Veda were brought to light by a rishi named Atharva. This Veda contains many types of mantras capable of warding off evil. A distinctive feature of the Vedas is that none of them prescribe the only way or the only form of God. All say that any right path that follows faith and loyalty to any devata or deity worshipped in any way will lead to the real goal. The main text of the Veda is its Samhita portion. Furthermore, each Veda has a part called Brahmana and another part called Aranyaka. Brahmana lists what Vedic karmas are, that is, the rituals to be performed, and explains how they should be performed. These are prose explanations of the method of using mantras in yajna or sacrifice. The Brahmana section is suitable for households. The Aranyaka section of the Vedas is intended to explain the inner meaning and philosophy contained in Samhitas as mantras and in Brahmanas as karmas. These are mystical forest texts that give philosophical interpretations of mantras. These are for recluse. The Upanishads come near the end of the Aranyakas. Their main subject is a philosophical inquiry and deals with the state of mind with all its chains broken. The Vedas form the basic structure from which the 6 Vedangas and the 4 Upangas have been derived to perfect the understanding of the Vedas. The 6 Vedangas or explanatory limbs to the Vedas are Siksha, which is knowledge of phonetics, pronunciation, and accent. Vyakarana, which is Sanskrit grammar, without which Vedas cannot be understood. Chandas, which is meter, dealing with the patterns of stress and intonation. Nirukta, which is etymology and semantics. Jyotisha, which is astronomy and astrology with precision maths. Kalpa, which is the procedure and the method of ritual. The 4 Upangas are Mimamsa, which is interpretation of Vedic texts. Nyaya, which is logic to explain essence of Vedas. Purana, which is a compilation of stories to explain the essence of Vedas. Dharma Shastras, which contain the code of conduct. To these 14, 4 Upavedas can be added. Ayurveda, the science of life. Arthashastra, the science of wealth and economy. Dhanurveda, the science of weapons. And Gandharva Veda, a treatise on art. The Puranas use storytelling to convey the intricate teachings of the Vedas, which can be easily understood by commoners. These Puranas are required to possess 5 characteristics, known as Panchalakshana. These include a clear distinction between chapters that discuss the creation, subchapters that focus on secondary creations, genealogy of important figures, description of Manvantaras or the reigns of Manus, and account of the lineages of kings. There are 18 Puranas and an equal number of subsidiary or Upapuranas. 2 Puranas whose names start with the letter Ma, Matsya and Markandeya Puranas. 2 Puranas whose names start with the letter Bha, Bhagavata and Bhavishya Puranas. 3 Puranas whose names start with the letter Bra, Brahma, Brahmanda and Brahmavaivarta Puranas. 4 Puranas whose names start with the letter Va, Varaha, Vayu, Vamana and Vishnu Puranas. 1 each Purana whose name starts with the letters A, Na, Pa, Lim, Ga, Ku and Ska. Agni, Narada, Padma, Linga, Garuda, Kurma and Skanda Puranas. On the other hand, an Itihasa is a documentation of the life of notable historical figures who lived their lives based on dharma, even amidst challenging circumstances. An Itihasa is written by a first-hand observer. For Hindus, an Itihasa depicts the narrative of events that took place in ancient India. The 2 well-known Itihasas or epic histories are the Ramayana and the Mahabharata. The Ramayana is also known as the Adi Kavya, which means the first poetic composition, and was written by the first poet Valmiki. It tells the life story of Rama, who was born into a royal lineage of Surya Vamsha as a human being and lived his life following dharma. His virtuous life elevated him to the status of deity in Hinduism, and his example is considered a real-life demonstration of how to adhere to dharma despite great challenges. The Mahabharata, which is the world's largest epic, was composed by Krishna Dvaipayana, also known as Vyasa. Its vast scope and coverage of various topics elevate it to the level of the Vedas, which is why it is sometimes called the 5th Veda. Rishi Vyasa, who is also known as Veda Vyasa, not only authored the Mahabharata but also wrote 18 Puranas and classified the Vedas. The Mahabharata centers around the royal lineage of the Chandra Vamsha, but it also encompasses various other topics. Its primary focus is on the lives of the 5 Pandava brothers, of whom Yudhishthira is the eldest and is also known as Dharmaraja due to his exemplary way of life. The Mahabharata also contains other significant texts such as the Bhagavad Gita as well as the Vishnu and Shiva Sahasranamas. The Bhagavad Gita, which summarizes the Vedas, remains relevant even today. It is a divine composition delivered by God to a human being and is highly revered, with most Hindus being able to recite at least one memorized stanza from it. The Vishnu Sahasranama, another valuable contribution from the Mahabharata, reveals the nature of Lord Vishnu through 1,000 names. Mahabharata and Ramayana will be covered in more detail in subsequent videos. The next set of scriptures is known as the Agamas, which have gained widespread popularity. Though the Agamas are inspired by the Vedic tradition, they do not derive their authority solely from Vedas. They are essentially practical guides for divine worship and provide instructions for the external worship of God in the form of idols, including within temples. The Agamas encompass a wide range of topics, including jnana or knowledge, yoga or contemplation, kriya or esoteric ritual, and charya or worship ritual. They also provide guidance on temple construction, idol making, domestic rituals, social customs, and public festivals, among other subjects. Primarily, there are three types of Agamas. The Vaishnava Agama, which is also known as the Pancharatra Agama, is centered on Lord Vishnu and is associated with the Vaishnava faith. Within the Vaishnava tradition, the Pancharatra Agamas are considered to be the most authoritative. It is believed that Lord Vishnu revealed these Agamas himself. The Shaiva Agamas exalt Lord Shiva and have led to the emergence of significant schools of thought, such as the Shaiva Siddhanta, which is predominant in present-day South India, as well as Kashmir Shaivism. These schools of thought recognize the Shaiva Agamas along with the Vedas as their ultimate source of authority. Lord Shiva holds a pivotal position in the Shaiva Agamas. The Shakta Agamas extol God as the mother of the entire universe under one of the various names of Devi, who represents the feminine aspect of God. The Tantras belong to the Shakta cult and celebrate Shakti as the world mother. To some extent, they share similarities with the Puranas and are considered to be conversations between Lord Shiva and Goddess Parvati. Following the Agamas, we have the Darshanas, which are intellectual section of ancient Hindu literature. There are 6 darshanas in total, with the first 4 being intuitional and the remaining 2 being inspirational and emotional. These are schools of philosophy based on the Vedas, and they are considered philosophical counterparts to the theological Agamas. While Agamas are intended for the masses, Darshanas are intended for the erudite scholars who possess sharp acumen, strong reasoning skills, and a deep understanding of intellectual concepts. The above was a concise introduction to the 6 main categories of Sanskrit literature in Hinduism, namely Shruti, Smriti, Itihasas, Puranas, Agamas, and Darshanas. We hope this overview has been useful. We value your feedback and would appreciate if you share your thoughts in the comment section. Stay tuned for more videos covering various aspects of Hinduism on this channel. Om Shanti.